What's up everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we have my predictions for AEW Revolution taking place this Sunday, and it is going to be a big show. Of course, AEW always deliver. I'm very excited for this, especially coming off the news of Tony Khan buying Ring of Honor. Maybe we could see some surprises or some crossovers that will play a part in future stuff with Ring of Honor. Yeah, very excited for this. A lot of great matches that we need to get into and cover. As of right now, I'm recording this before Rampage. The video will probably go up on Rampage because we plan on getting this out Friday. So I don't. This is taking place. These predictions are taking place before Rampage. So maybe some stuff might get added to the card or some stuff get changed. But I doubt it. I feel like there's already a stacked card. There's already 11 matches, including 2 pre-show matches announced. So I feel like they won't really add much to it. So yeah, let's not waste time. Let's get into it. Starting off with the pre-show. First up, we have Hook versus QT Marshall. And all I'm going to say is send Hook and he'll get the win. Hook going to beat QT. Big fan of Hook. I absolutely love Hook. Great in-ring talent. He just has that star presence about him. And the way he's been presented, he has been presented like a star in AEW. So for that reason, I'm going to go with Hook, of course, representing Team Taz, to get the win over QT Marshall. And then second match announced for the pre-show, Chris Statlander takes on Layla Hirsch. And big fan of both Layla and Chris. I'm just going to go with Statlander to win this one. I feel like give the babyface the win. And that one, there's no really big turn point. If Layla wins, I'll be happy because I'm like Layla Hirsch. If Statlander wins, I like Statlander. So since it's a pre-show match, let's just go with Statlander to get the win, since she's like facing this one. So probably get the crowd into it with a face win. Moving on to the main card, we have the Tbs Championship match. Jade Cargill defense against Taynara Conti. Tay Conti is a big fan of both these women as well. I'm going to go with Jade here. Of course, undefeated in AEW. Very impressive reign as TBS champion. I believe she's defended that belt multiple times. And I just don't think now is the right time to take the belt off her. I wouldn't be mad if they did give the belt to Tay Conti. But, Jade is a star. She has that star factor. She's been presented as a star. And I just don't see now being the time for her to lose the TBS Championship just yet. I feel like they're going to keep building her up and keep that undefeated streak going for a bit longer. So for that, Jade Cargill to retain the TBS Championship over Tay Conti. AHFO, of course, which is Andrade, El Idolo, Matt Hardy, and Isaiah Cassidy, teaming up in a 6-man Tornado Tag Team match against the team of Sammy Guevara, Sting, and Darby Allin. Oh, this one I'm kind of debating. Of course, Andrade did just recently challenge for the TNT Championship against Sammy, which is kind of what led to this matchup. On one hand, I'm thinking maybe they give Andrade the win here and kind of keep him and Sammy going, and eventually lead to Andrade going for the TNT Championship again, maybe winning it. But on the other hand, it's hard to see a team with Sammy, Sting, and Darby losing here. It's one of those ones where I'm a bit torn. I can both outcomes are very possible. But I'm going to go with Sammy, Sting, and Darby. I just feel like faces here will get the win. I feel like it'll probably be Isaiah Cassidy taking the fall for the Andrade Hardy family office. So maybe you could still eventually continue leading into an Andrade feud. Have him and Sammy kind of separated, kind of brawling up the stage at ringside. And then Sting and Darby take advantage of that, taking out Mahari, he's out, then pick up the fall on Isaiah Cassidy. Something like that's probably going to go how it's going to go down. So I'm going to go with the team of Sami, Sting, and Darby to get the victory in the six-man tornado tag. Three-way tag team championship match up next, of course, for the AEW tag team titles. The tag team champions Jurassic Express, Jungle Boy, and Luchasaurus will defend against two teams here. Of course, it is a three-way. Red Dragon, of course, consisting of Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly, and Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks. And the story in this matchup really is between the Bucks and the Red Dragon. You know, Jurassic Express are kind of a side factor, even though they are the champions. And that's not against Jurassic Express. I'm a big fan of Jurassic Express. It's just since Red Dragon have came in, you know, since really Bobby Fish when he first came in on his own, there's always been tension between them and the Bucks. You know, kind of Adam Cole's been the middleman. He's friends with both Bucks and Red Dragon. He's kind of trying to unite them, but there's just always been this tension between the two teams. Going back 2 weeks ago on Dynamite in the Battle Royal, which led to Red Dragon qualifying for this match, it comes down to Kyle O'Reilly eliminating Matt Jackson, and you know they have a bit of a stare down, just a bit of tension in there, which kind of So that's like, I feel like that's going to be the story of this match, and I'm kind of torn. Again, kind of like Jurassic Express, but kind of like the last match, the Tornado Tag match. I'm kind of a bit torn on what I want here. I'm a big Red Dragon fan. I've always been a Red Dragon fan. Of course, I love the Young Bucks. I love Jurassic Express. But since I started getting into Ring of Honor, probably since I first seen them in Ring of Honor, seen them in New Japan, then what they did in NXT. I'd love to see Red Dragon pick up the AEW Tag Team belts here and maybe continue a program with the Bucks. But I'd also kind of like to see Jurassic Express kind of, maybe some would consider pull up a bit of an upset considering the two teams they're up against. I'd kind of like to see them, you know, maybe kind of steal it in a way where, and this is kind of what I think will happen. As much as I want Red Dragon, as much as I'd love to say Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish walk out with the tag team titles, they're one of my favourite tag teams. I love the Bucks as well, as I've mentioned. They're one of my favourite tag teams of all time as well. Big fan of Jurassic Express. But as much as I'd love to see Fish and O'Reilly pick up the belts here, what I feel like is going to happen, and what my main prediction is, Jurassic Express will retain the tag team titles here. Considering they're a bit of kind of a side factor, like I mentioned, kind of everything is being built around the Bucks and Red Dragon and the history they kind of have with each other, and the history both have with Adam Cole. What I feel like is that tension is going to get the best of them. Red Dragon and the Bucks, they're going to just keep clashing head to head. They're going to kind of forget about Jurassic Express, which will allow Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus kind of to sneak in and not steal a win, since they're not heels. They're not going to steal a win. But in a way, they're going to kind of be a bit forgotten about by the two other teams. And that's going to play into Jurassic Express's advantage. They're going to take advantage of that. And they're going to pick up the win and retain the AEW World Tag Team Championships. Of course, I can see it going. Of course, I can see the other teams winning. But I feel like, in my mind, that's kind of where I see this going. So, of course, that's what I'm going to predict. Jurassic Express to retain. Jon Moxley versus Bryan Danielson. Very excited for this match. Danielson and Mox, two of the biggest stars in AEW. In terms of predictions, it can go both ways. I can see Danielson winning. I can see Mox winning. Danielson has kind of been trying to tempt Moxley into teaming with him over the past couple of weeks. And then that kind of led to this match because Moxley kept saying no. In terms of predictions, I'm just gonna. Is Bryan Danielson still undefeated in AEW? I cannot remember. I think he might be. I can't think of it. Oh no, he lost to Hangman. The first one was the draw, and then the second one he lost. So yeah, no, he has lost. I was going to say maybe Moxley hands him his first loss here, but I was forgetting about the second Hangman match where Hangman actually did get the win when they had the judges. So yeah, I'm gonna just go with Bryan Danielson. Again, I can see it going either way. I'll be happy with whoever wins. So yeah, let's just go with Danielson. Let's just say Danielson beats Moxley, and they kind of the team that Danielson kind of been pushing is like trying to get out of. He gets that side of Moxley that he's kind of been wanting. So yeah, let's just say Bryan Danielson here. Chris Jericho versus Eddie Kingston. This is a very intriguing matchup to me. Big fan of Eddie. Of course, Jericho, one of the greatest of all time. I'm gonna go Eddie Kingston here. I think I'll give Eddie the big win here. I think Eddie deserves the big win here over someone like Jericho. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Eddie. Has potential to be a good matchup here as well. And of course, this kind of led from Santana and Ortiz kind of splitting from the inner circle. Kind of like Jericho feels like it's because of Eddie and the history they have with Eddie. Santana and Ortiz are kind of trusting Eddie more than they trust Jericho. So that's kind of how this led to. And I'd like to see Eddie Kingston get the win here. So that's what I'm going to predict. Face of the Revolution ladder match for a future AEW TNT Championship match. Keith Lee, Orange Cassidy, Powerhouse Hobbs, Ricky Starks, Wardlow, and of course either Christian Cage or Ethan Page. I'm going to go with Christian, not to win it, but Christian or Ethan Page, of course, in the last qualifier match. I think Christian will win. I'd like to see him win and get a spot in the match, so I'm going to go with Christian to be that final man. In terms of winner, I'm going to go with Keith Lee. I think everyone's going to bask in his glory. Big signing just coming in from being released from WWE. I feel like they're going to want to keep the momentum going with him. And I think Keith Lee getting a future TNT Championship match, whether it's against Sammy Guevara or it'll probably be against Sammy because he'll be number one contender, and I don't see Sammy defending against anyone before then. But I'm going to go with Keith Lee just because, again, new signing in, but very excited for this. Possible potential like matchups here. Keith Lee going face to face with Hobbs against Wardlow. Of course, you have Orange Cassidy in the mix, Ricky Starks, and then either Christian or Ethan Page. So yeah, this should be a fun ladder match. I'm going to go with Keith Lee though to get to win. As I said though, for reasons I've already said, he's kind of like big signing that just came in. And I feel like they'll want to keep the momentum going with Keith Lee, so we can all continue to bask in his glory. Dr. Britt Baker defends the AEW Women's Championship against Thunder Rosa. And this is another tough one to call. This is another one where I see both being very possible outcomes. Big fan of Britt, big fan of Thunder Rosa. And I'm going to go with Thunder Rosa to win. I'm not fully sold on it though, because I can see Britt retaining. But yeah, Britt's had a good run. She's had the belt for a long time now. And I just feel like if anyone is to take the belt from Britt, it will be Thunder. And if she doesn't take the belt from her now, they'll probably have to build someone else. Because if Thunder Rosa fails to beat Britt Baker again and fails to take the belt from her again, I feel like the door then shuts on Thunder Rosa being the one to dethrone Britt Baker, and you then need to kind of build someone else up to get that spot, which they could very well do. But I know, I feel like Thunder Rosa is going to get the win here. I feel like with the history and the rivalry Britt has had with Thunder Rosa, it makes sense for Thunder Rosa to be the one to dethrone Britt Baker. Of course, nearly a year ago on St. Patrick's Day, they had that lights out match. So like this has been something that's been building up for a while. Of course, after that lights out match, Britt goes on then to win the women's title. So nearly a full on year later, I feel like it would make sense for, once again, even though Thunder Rosa to get the best of Britt Baker and leave with the women's title. Next up, the match I'm looking forward to the most: CM Punk versus MJF in a dog collar match. Dog collar matches, they're normally brutal, they're normally bloody, and we've seen it on that Go Home episode of Dynamite, the bloody images of CM Punk, and yeah, dog collar matches, they're normally, if done right, I feel like are very good, and I feel like AEW, they'll allow it to be brutal, they'll allow it to be bloody. Of course, we've had one dog collar match again with the late great Brody Lee versus Cody Rhodes, and that was awesome. Of course, some other classic dog collar matches. Yeah, Punk or not Punk. Punk referenced it in his promo. Greg Valentine versus Roddy Piper, and I believe Punk has had a good one with Raven in, was it Ring of Honor. So yeah, very interested to see how this dog collar match plays out. And I feel like it's something new from MJF that I haven't really seen before. I feel like I haven't seen MJF in an environment like a dog collar match, like a match where it's not just straight up in ring, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be brutal. So I'm kind of interested to see how MJF does in a match like that. In terms of predictions, I'm going to go with CM Punk to get the win here. Get his win back, of course, after MJF gave him his first defeat in AEW in Chicago. So Punk to get the win in the dog collar match. And then the last match we have, AEW World Heavyweight Championship on the line. Adam Hangman Page versus Adam Cole, baby. And once again, I'm very split. I love Adam Page, I love Adam Cole. I'd be happy to see either man walk out with the title. But does Page retain? Or does Cole walk out with the gold? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't know what I want, and I don't know what will happen. Like I said, a big fan of both these guys. Big fan of Adam Page. He's had a very good run as champion. You know, he's had the 2 matches against Bryan. He's had the insane lights out match, or not lights out match, Texas Step match against Lance Archer. And now he has Adam Cole. And I think, as much as I love Adam Page, as much as I love cowboy shit, I think I'm going to predict an Adam Cole win. I think Adam Cole walks out with the belt here. Because if Adam Cole loses, it's a what do you do now? Do you have him continue to chase? But I don't know. I don't think he chasing a face champion is as effective as maybe Adam Page kind of losing the belt here and kind of chasing it back. But yeah, I don't know. I also kind of felt like the same would happen with Bryan Danielson. So AEW are very good at not allowing that to happen. So, as in, like, bringing in someone, give them a title shot, and then when they lose, you know, you're kind of like, what you do now? I feel like Bryan Danielson, they done that. They brought him in, done the program with Page, and I feel like he's in a solid spot now. So maybe if Cole does lose, it's not a what if, but some people online, I feel like, have been a bit critical of Cole's AEW run, even though I've enjoyed it. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna go with Adam Cole here. As I said, big fan of both. I'll be happy either way, whether it's Adam Page or Adam Cole. But yeah, I have to throw a prediction out there, so let's just go with Adam Cole. Maybe from interference with the Elite and the Red Dragon. You know, Dark Order will probably come out, even the odds. Adam Cole, being the heel he is, takes advantage of that to walk out with the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. And that is it for this video. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your predictions in the comment section below. And I will see you in the next one.